I'd like to take a moment to thank my channel members. Thank you. It's continued support like yours that keeps this channel growing. And if you haven't already, please consider joining today. Hello and welcome to That's Just Prime, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Legacy Evolution Maximal LEO Prime, and I love this toy. Released in January of 2023, this is brand new and available for purchase right now. As of the time of this recording, it is a Voyager class figure and retails for approximately $30. And Leo Prime here is a modern interpretation of Lio Convoy. For those of you that may not know, I don't know who doesn't know this at this point, but just in case, Lio Convoy was the leader of the Maximals in Beast Wars 2nd, which was a Japanese anime, unrelated to the Beast Wars that you may know from here in the States. It was a 2D animation, it was anime. Really cool story with really fun characters. If you haven't seen that, I highly encourage you to check it out. It is a very cool show. And Lio Convoy, or Leo Prime here, was the leader of the Maximals. Now, admittedly, when I saw this the first time, when I saw a picture of this during the live stream, you may have seen it or not, I didn't think I was going to like this. Something threw me off about the design of the lion itself, but I later figured out what it was. What it is that everybody's been kind of mentioning the face here. The face of the lion looked weird. It looks long. It looks this is molded to look like a real lion. That's what it is. It just, that's what was throwing me off. It's not molded to look like the animation of the lion from Beast Wars 2nd, which admittedly, that would have been cool. I would love to have this figure with the animation face on the lion. I would love that. But once I realized, oh, that's a real lion. That's what a lion looks like. Then I was like, okay, this is cool. I'm back in. Let's check it out. Really, the only thing that throws me off about this is the eyes. The eyes are done in gold, and there's no pupil in them or anything like that. I think it would have been cool to have the eyes painted. At least I'm hoping maybe they'll get us a sticker set or something that we can do for the eyes there. If not, I might try to do it myself. But a white eye with a black eyeliner in the pupil, like in the anime, might have looked cool. I don't know if that would have worked for this mold of this head. But then again, you know, if I had my wish, this would have had the anime look phase on it. But yeah, this is pretty neat. So as you can see here, Lio Convoy is a white lion. He is approximately 7 inches long from nose to tail. He is approximately 4 inches tall right here at the top of the mane. And he's done mostly in white with a gold mane and gold nails or claws and a gold tail there. Gold eyes again. And some little black and red details here and there. You're going to see the nose is done in black. The mouth opens, which is cool, and you can actually see some teeth in there. Would have been nice if there was I don't know, maybe red inside of the mouth, and maybe like an off-white, little yellow tint on the teeth, maybe on the fangs. Would have been cool. But anyway, there you go, going all the way around. Yeah, he is a pretty clean, considering what this is going to do. That is a pretty clean lion. These robot bits on the back of the leg, that has been a thing with Lio Convoys always. That's just something you can't get away from. And you do see a little bit of silver details here on the bottom for a little bit of the robot parts. But generally speaking, he does a really good job of hiding them. Articulation wise, you saw again, the mouth can move. He's not going to do a whole lot. The legs can move forward and backwards on the front legs here, the front paws. These can move forward and backwards and rotate. Now, he does have the claws in here, and this is a carryover from the original design. He did have these claws that would come out. However, these are kind of backwards from the original design. The original ones, the claws went the other way, if I remember correctly. Let me see here. Yeah, see how the original ones kind of went down, and these look like they're upside down. But they're like that on purpose because that's the way they're going to work in robot mode. Let's set this guy over here again. We'll get back to this guy. So yeah, you can do that, and you can do some attack modes, you know, or some attack poses with that, which is pretty neat. Then the back of the legs can rotate. You can move them back and forth a little bit, and you can move them at the center here. If you do that, you're going to kind of break it up, though. So, you know, he's just going to kind of stand there as a lion and be lion, I guess. I don't know. He did come with a sheet of instructions. There you go. Very easy to follow. Very cool figure. Very neat transformation. And he does have a couple of weapons which are stored inside of the lion itself. So we'll do those real quick. The main here, this is a carryover from the original design. The main here can pop open and this flips up, and you've got a couple of guns right there. These are removable. He can use these as guns in robot mode. And then we got a couple of guns stored inside of the Lion here, so we're going to want to pop his back off. And it's pretty neat that all of his weapons, he comes with a total of 4 weapons, and they all store inside of the Lion and out of view, which is really neat. So you can see right in there, inside of that panel, there's 2 more guns in there. So we're going to, these are tabbed in. There's a tab in a slot, so you can go ahead and pop these off. And we'll just leave these off. You can leave them in there during the transformation, but we'll just might as well just leave them off during the transformation just for the purposes of the video. But you saw, again, these guns, they're stored inside of the main. These guns are stored inside of his back. You don't see guns hanging out anywhere in the alt mode, which is really, really neat. These parts of the main right here, which ones are they? These down here, these are going to flip out like so. And then you can take these, and the little tab right there is going to fit into that slot. So we'll go ahead and, you got to line it up just right, but it will work, it will fit, it'll slot in there, and it'll stay in place. And we'll slot this one in place, there and there. Open his mouth up. Let's get his claws out again one more time. Why not? Let's go ahead and do that too. And there you go. There is the Lion's attack mode. And yeah, this is a real thing from the cartoon, by the way, in case you're wondering. Now, he doesn't do like that starburst thing that he did. His main would open up and spin. I don't know if he did that in, I know he did it in robot mode. I don't know if he did it in Lion mode, but the toy can do it in Lion mode, the original toy. This one did not carry that over, but it's pretty cool they carried this over. This is really, really neat that they did that. Now, granted, the guns could have used a little more paint. The guns are supposed to be silver with red details. So that might be something that I do on my own. Because right now, as it is, they kind of get lost in all that. All that gold kind of gets lost there. So we'll put that away. We'll pop these off and just set them aside for the moment. And these are just going to snap back in place there and there. And then these pieces are going to come around. And that's also going to snap in place. And there you go. Back to regular Lion mode, which is really neat. A couple of comparisons. Here he is once again. You already saw him a moment ago, but here he is with the original Lio Convoy toy, which was a figure that I had to hunt for quite a bit. I was literally hunting a lion for this one. It took me some time to get one, but I was so stoked when I finally got it. So you can see what the two of them look like together. A little smaller on the newer one. We don't have something like these silver details here on the paws. Would have been cool. And again, you can see this one has a little more of the anime style face there. But there you go. That's what the figures look like together next to the original one. And then since we're doing primals, I guess, here he is next to Optimus Primal, since we're doing Beast Wars here, so you can see what the two of them look like together. Transformation for Lio Convoy is relatively simple, but it's very fun. It's not complicated. It keeps you involved. So let's start, where do we want to start? Let's start up here at the top. Some of these panels, you already saw me pop these off earlier to get the weapons out. So let's go ahead and pop these off. We're going to pop off the rear panel, the mid panel, and this top panel here. Pull these up on these hinges. Now, this is so neat. The tail right here, this is going to swing around and store inside of the hump, and it leaves this little kind of a nubby tail right there, which is correct to the original animation. His tail would shrink. That's really neat the way they found to do that. This is middle panel here. This is kind of on a double hinge, so this is just going to come up and over and sit on top of this one. This one we're just leaving up and out of the way for the time being. Let's go down here. These side parts of the main here that you saw me flip out earlier, these are going to, you can take the bottom of the main here and just kind of pop this forward. And these are actually tabbed into the head here. So we're going to want to pull these out like so. And down here at the bottom of the Lion, you just saw these two pieces here. These are tabbed together. These are going to separate from here. And then these pieces here, these slots are tabbed in right in there inside of the main. So we want to get these up and out just like that. Let those out of the way. Let's take the legs right here. We're going to take these and straighten these all the way out. These are on a double hinge. And we're just going to straighten that out all the way. Take the thigh, rotate it. Take the ankles, rotate them. So that all of the silver part is going to be on the outside of the foot. And then come down here, get the ankle out. So again, we're going to take the thigh. We're going to rotate the thigh. We're going to rotate the ankle, pop out the heel. We can straighten out the legs and bring these down. And we're starting to form the bottom end of the robot. Is pretty much done there. The bottom half of the robot anyway. That's pretty much done. Let's see, we want these out of the way for now. Before we bring these pieces down, take the belly of the lion right here. This is going to come forward. Bring Convoy's head out and snap it in place. Rotate this entire piece around. Bring it back up again, and now you can bring these. Let's see, we're not ready for that yet. Actually, we are. That's the next thing we are going to do. So we're just going to bring that up right there. These, kind of these parts of the, I don't know what to call these, shoulders, I guess. I don't know. These are also tabbed in, so these are going to pop out and just kind of rotate them on this ball joint right here. You see that little tab right there? Was in that slot. So we're just going to rotate these and get them up and out of the way. And that is going to allow us to bring these panels all the way down. There's a tab that's going to go into that little slot right there. So that's going to go there. That tab's going to go right there. There's going to tab in place. We can bring the chest pieces forward and tab them together again. Exact same way they were in lion mode. They're going to tab together to form the robot's chest. And now we can straighten out the arm. So we can take the fist right here, bring this all the way out, rotate at forearm, bring the arm down. And then we're going to rotate the bottom part of the leg, of the lion leg. And then we're going to rotate this into this shoulder piece right here that stayed hollow. We're going to rotate that in there, and then we're just going to accommodate this whole leg piece right behind his forearm. Again, that is animation accurate. That's the way that's supposed to be. I know it looks like kibble, but that's how it was designed. And it might have been one of those things that they did, you know, back then. They would design the animation to look like the toy. So they designed the toy first, and then they designed the animation to make it look that way. I'm just guessing. I wasn't there. You know, I asked during the development meeting at Takara why they were doing that, and the only thing they would say to me is that I didn't work there, and then they called security on me, which was very rude. So there you go. So that's pretty much all of the robot there. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to move the arms out of the way, take this whole, the lion head and this back part of the lion and all of this, and this is going to rotate on this hinge, and you see that kind of the half moon cut right there is going to go into that post right there. So this is all going to rotate just like this. That should snap into place. If nothing is in the way, that's going to snap into place there. Yep. Bring the arms back down again. And then these pieces are going to rotate, and that's just going to sit above his shoulders. Same thing with the lion head. When you bring the lion head down, it should slide in a little more. There you go. This little piece right there. Just bring this down to form his backpack. This can also be kind of a jetpack. If you got the guns still dabbed in, this will work as a bit of a jetpack. So this is just going to sit on his back right there. Get him all nice and straightened out. And there is Lio Prime, Lio Convoy, in his robot mode. And he looks absolutely fantastic. He stands approximately 6 inches tall at the top of the head, 6.5 at the top of the mane. And again, this is a fantastic update to the original Lio Convoy design. This guy is just stunning. I absolutely love the way this looks. And believe it or not, he is a lot less kibbly than the original figure. I know some of you may be looking at this going, man, that's a mess of kibble. Trust me, he looks like the animation, and he's got a lot less kibble than the original figure did. That head sculpt is just Lio Convoy through and through. That is stunning. Check that out. He's got the little Maximal symbol right there. Check this out. Again, carryover from the original design. This little panel opens up, and that would have been his little matrix crystal right in there. In the original toy, that little square, they even molded the little square right there. That little square on the original toy had the rub symbol, and you would rub that and you would see the Maximal symbol on the original toy. It's so cool that they actually molded all of that in there. So that's really neat that that's all in there. Close that up again. He's got the red, blue, and silver details on the chest right there. The silver details on the belt, going all the way down to white legs with the red kneecaps and the silver on the caps. This guy looks amazing. He's really, really nice looking figure. Head is on a ball joint. You can snap that all the way. There we go. Head is on a ball joint. Can go up and down a little bit, side to side. A little bit of inquisitive. Not a lot, but there you go. The shoulders are on a pin that can rotate forward and backwards on the inside there. Of course, that's going to be hindered by his shoulder armor. He has another pin that will let him go in and out. And then he's got a mushroom peg there at the, we're going to call that the bicep. So that allows him to rotate there at the bicep. Another pin at the elbow, so he's got a 90-degree at the elbow. I don't think he's got wrist. Does he have wrist? Didn't think so, because the wrist pops out like this For transformation, I didn't think so. It would have been nice if we had a wrist rotation there. Rotation at the waist. Man, mine is tight. But rotation at the waist. Legs can go forward that far, back that far, in and out. That's a universal joint. You got a rotation at the thigh right above the knee. Let's see, you got about 90 at the knee itself, and you got a rotation at the ankle. And then you have ankle tilts. A lot of ankle tilts. All the ankle tilts. So there you go. We got weapons and arm combat or attack modes. So let's do those. So we can bring these down, and then we can bring these out. So we'll bring these up. And again, these are all, for those of you that may not be familiar, these are all actual attack modes that he had. So he's got that claw attack right there. He can do the claw attack. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and leave those out. You can go ahead and do this attack. So on the main, you remember earlier that the guns were attached to the inside of this part of the main. But if you look in the main, there's another slot right there. So you can take these and connect them here or tab them here. So you can do the main attack in robot mode as well. Which again, part of the original design. So there's that. So there's another attack that you can do right there. You can also still pop these out. Come on. You can pop those out, and then you can take these and tab them back in here again. Take these, tab these back in here again. Like that. We'll take these off, and these are on 5mm ports. We'll flip that down, and then he can hold these in his hand. And again, these are all, this is not anything I'm making up. These are all actual attack modes that are carried over from the original design way back in the day. So it's really neat that Hasbro actually brought all of this back. This is really good attention to detail, I think. So he's got this attack as well, and his legs are all wonky. Let me straighten that out. There we go. What did I just drop? This guy right here. We'll pop this guy back in here again. And there we go. We have this attack as well. So you got the claws, and you got his handheld guns, and then you've got his forearm mounted guns, if you will. So he can do that attack as well. And again, you can go nuts here and pop these guns in and out anywhere you want. You can do any combination of any of these. You can take the claws, put those away. If you don't want them, just have guns out. You can do the main attack. All of this stuff. Again, these are all carryovers. These are all play features from the original toy. So it's really, really neat that these are all in here. Let's put these away, and we'll do a couple of comparisons. I am having so much fun with this figure. I honestly ended up liking this figure a whole lot more than I thought I was going to, and I'm very, very pleased with that. You know, at first I thought, like I said, when I first saw pictures of this figure, I thought they were going to phone it in. I thought they were phoning it in. And then when I actually saw it, I'm like, and when I figured out, oh, that's a real lion. And then I saw all the play features, and I saw how he transformed and what he looked like in both modes. I'm like, wow, this was nowhere near phoned in. This was just, somebody put love into this figure. Another thing he can do, the hands are 5mm ports. Here's a prime rifle that I 3D printed, and he will hold that, no problem. And I'm going to leave him with that, I think. Let's do a couple of quick comparisons. Here he is, once again, with the original Lio Convoy, which is enormous next to him. Let's bring them back here. Trying to get it to where we can see both of them here. So there you go. There is the original Lio Convoy. And again, like I said, the original one actually got more kibble than this new one. And this original figure is a classic. But there you go. So you can see what the two of them look like together. And then we'll take him off to the side, and we'll bring in Optimus Primal so you can see what the two of these guys look like together. And Lio Convoy, or Leo Prime, here is a little bit taller than Primal, which I think he should be. I think that's correct. Very, very, very pleased with this figure. If you are a fan of Optimus Prime, if you're a fan of Beast Wars, if you're a fan of Beast Wars Seconds or Japanese animation, This is a must-have figure. This is a fantastic update and homage to the original character, the original design, and those original toys. This is a very fun figure and an absolutely fantastic update to that character. And I think that about does it for the Transformers Legacy Evolution Maximal Leo Prime. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time on That's Just Prime.